So now we know that most of these flashy lifestyle relationships that we see on Instagram, TikTok, or whatever are actually funded by corruption and crime money. Okay. So hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lindy and welcome. So this is happening all over the world, not just like my country, but once in a while we get to see how some influencers and some celebrities are able to flaunt this rich luxury over the top lifestyle that they get from rich men. And when certain investigations happen, we get to find out that most of our female influencer and celebrities that are always flashing money, flashing international trips, flashing designer brands, you name it, are actually dating men who are involved in corruption or crime. Okay, let's get right into it. So, especially Instagram, right? Instagram for a long time has become like look at me, I have this, I can afford this, I'm traveling, I'm eating at these restaurants, I'm buying Louis Vuitton, Gucci, whatever, like all these over the top brands. I'm traveling across Europe, I'm traveling across the Middle East, especially Dubai. Dubai is an influencer and celebrity fave spot. That's where they go, is to flash their lifestyle. So I honestly want to speak about this from a point of like young women that are observing other young women live this life that is actually funded by corruption on social media, and what that and what we should learn as young women that are looking at that life. And also I want to speak from an economic point of view. So point number one, we as young women that are looking at these influencers and celebrities that pretend like being a DJ, being a radio presenter, being an actress, being a YouTuber is giving them millions of money that allow them to spend hundreds of thousands of money. So we as young women that are looking at that, or as young people, need to know that people on social media only share the good side, the good things. People on social media are not going to tell you how they actually make their money, right? So sometimes we see how young people even get discouraged to have traditional jobs, to get an education, and I'm just like, dear young people, especially young women, because most of the influencers and the celebrities are actually women that are dating these rich men who are politicians, dodgy businessmen, and all these things. So I just want to say that for us as young people that are looking at that, I just want to say traditional jobs will never go out of style, okay? If you are a legitimate influencer that makes money from brand deals, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, that's great. But most of the times, having a traditional job is what's best for you, because having a traditional job means that every month end you know that you are getting this much. Okay? You are not waiting for a brand to be approached by a certain brand. You are not waiting for your criminal boyfriend or your corrupt boyfriend to give you corruption money. Okay? Like, you are in control of your life. You can budget. You can just be in control. You don't have to wait for anybody. And secondly, education will never go out of style. Being educated is important. I have a degree, and even then, when God blesses me in the way in which I want, I do want to study again. So young people, improving your skills, getting an education will always be in style. Okay, you might not get your dream job today, but it definitely will happen in the future. Point number two, how does when we see politicians corrupt businessmen take taxpayers' money. You know, we work hard, we pay tax, and we see these bad politicians, businessmen take our hard, our money that we have worked hard for, and they use it to buy these mansions, buy these cars, buy young girls alcohol, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and all these things, international trips. You know, what does that mean for us? So when you're a taxpayer and you see taxpayers' money being exploited, number one, it just shows you that you are working towards an economy that is rewarding the rich. The rich are becoming rich and the poor are becoming poorer. So that is what is going on in most countries right now. The rich are becoming richer, the poor are becoming poorer. So when you live in a country whereby there are no harsh laws, or criminals are allowed to not be accountable for stealing taxpayers' money, being given tenders to equipped hospitals. So imagine you're given like 1 billion rands to fix a hospital or upgrade a hospital or buy basic machinery, beds, hygiene products, and you don't do any of that and you buy cars. What does that mean? That means that the vulnerable people are going to be even more vulnerable. That means that poor people are going to be even more poorer. So essentially, it's a thing of these rich corrupt men steal taxpayers' money, steal money that is meant to uplift poor people. Then they come on social media and flaunt that very same money. Then they get their girlfriends, they influencer girlfriends, celebrity girlfriends to come here and tell us that while we are at work, working hard for our money, that they are on a trip to Dubai. They tell us that they are coming here to show us that the Gucci bag that they buy are like a 3-month salary, you know, to us. So the cycle of corruption and criminality is so funny, because it's a thing of the you have criminals that steal taxpayers' money, corrupt politicians, corrupt businessmen. They steal from us and they come back and they come on the internet and they show off to the very same people. And this is a global thing, you guys. Not all countries, but it's a global thing for the politicians to now flaunt this excessive wealth, you know. And honestly, if you are a young person that is living in a country whereby you can see that, you know, because of the corruption and everything, it's kind of hard to be guaranteed a good life through studying and having a job. Honestly, I would advise every young person that's living in a country that has high unemployment and you see the economy just going down and down. Honestly, number one, I would say that be very careful about the type of qualification that you want to study. Okay? There's no super qualification, but if you're going to study something, can it be something that has very minimal chances of making you to stay at home for like years and years, you know? Certain skills are more in demand than some skills. And secondly, think, if you can have capital, think of businesses that most people are not thinking of, but that are an essential need, okay? What are the things that we use in our daily lives that most people would never even think? For example, toilet paper. If God like blesses me the way in which I want, I definitely would manufacture paper, like toilet paper or something like that. So toilet paper is something that we use every day, and we don't really buy according to brands. Most of us don't buy according to brands. So now imagine if you started like a toilet paper manufacturing business, like, you know, it requires capital, but the gains are also like a lot, right? But then this is not me saying that business is the answer. If you study certain degrees, you'll never not have a job. Unfortunately, If the economy is bad, you can be a whole doctor and be home. If the economy is bad, most probably you will never have money to start that business. What we need is an accountable government, accountable politicians, and yeah, and we need harsh laws when it comes to exploiting government funds that come from taxpayers, that are meant for taxpayers and other poor, vulnerable people. So, all in all, you guys, all I can say is don't discredit yourself, okay? If you wake up in the morning and work, like when I see all these news coming out about how people on social media act as if they work hard for their money, meanwhile it's just scams, it's just corruption. I get to appreciate myself more. Like, there's no, like, you're not stealing from anybody. Like, you wake up in the morning and you work and you have legitimate business ideas. So yeah, please tell me what you think below about the whole luxury life, criminals, corruption, influencer, celebrities. So please tell me what you think below. See you next time. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye bye.